Our next speaker is yet another Hall of Famer. He's the founder of Living Blues magazine and a blues scholar inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame in 2002. He's going to induct his co-founder of Living Blues magazine. Please welcome Jim O'Neill.
Thank you, Bob. Let's watch the screen first and we'll see a little bit about Amy Van Singel.
Amy Van Singel, known to blues radio audiences as Atomic Mama, was a co-founder of Living Blues magazine in Chicago in 1970. She and her former husband, Jim O'Neill, published the magazine from their home in Chicago until they transferred the publication to the University of Mississippi in 1983. Her radio career began at Northwestern University and included stints at stations in Chicago, Mississippi, Memphis, Alaska, and Maine. Amy died in her sleep at her home in Maine on September 19, 2016, at the age of 66.
Amy would have been thrilled beyond words to be here, to be inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame. Words might have been hard for her to say, though, because as much as she loved being on the radio and talking about the music she loved, she hated speaking in public. But the acknowledgement would have been wonderful for her because she put her heart and soul into the music. It did more for the blues and the blues musicians than people will ever know. She had her first blues radio show when she was a teenager, and she was just a junior in college when she co-founded Living Blues, the first blues magazine in the United States. Publishing Living Blues required dedication and sacrifice, and Amy was always ready to give. She helped me learn about the blues when I knew next to nothing, and we started exploring the blues clubs of the South and West Side of Chicago together with Bruce Iglauer, Dick Sherman, Wes Race, and other friends. Amy loved blues artists like Howlin' Wolf, Junior Wells, Magic Sam, Albert King, Robert Pete Williams, Snooky Pryor, and Big Joe Williams. She was proud to have played a role in bringing Snooky Pryor back onto the blues scene after he had given up on the music in the early 70s. She baked Albert a sweet potato pie one time. One of her big thrills was probably the night that we got to spend with Big Joe Williams in his trailer in Crawford, Mississippi. Amy became Atomic Mama in 1972 after we became friends with the Harrington family. Houston Harrington, who ran the Atomic H record label, his sons Joe and Vernon, the Atomic Souls, and Eddie Clearwater Harrington, who made his first record for Atomic H and later recorded for Rooster Blues at sessions that Amy co-produced. Carrie Bell Harrington, who became another Rooster Blues artist, was our furniture mover when we moved to a third-floor apartment in Logan Square. Amy is only the fourth woman to be inducted into this category of the Blues Hall of Fame for business, media, and production. She'd be proud to know that her name is in the Hall of Fame alongside Teresa Needham, who owned Teresa's Lounge in Chicago, where we used to go a lot, Lillian McMurray of Trumpet Records, and Vivian Carter of VJ Records. Amy, in fact, was involved with the Blues Hall of Fame and the Handy Awards, now the Blues Music Awards, at the very beginning. She typeset and helped mail out the first ballots to voters in the early 1980s. Amy lived in Memphis for a while and had a radio show on WEDL. She was here 5 years ago to accept an award for the Voice of the Blues, the book she co-edited, and she's here in spirit now. On behalf of her husband Chuck Cameron and all of Atomic Mama's radio listeners, thank you, Memphis, and thank you, Blues Hall of Fame.